Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lift Your Spirits, the game we are going to be playing today. Now, what is Lift Your Spirits? We are a desperate college student rushing to meet the deadlines of your last assignment before the semester break. With no choice but to stay late, you find yourself alone at campus in the dead of night. You never believed the rumors spread around the student body. Ghost stories were simply stories, right? Right? Well, we are about to see. There are 4 endings in this game, 2 good and 2 bad. So, let us achieve all 4 of them. This is going to be a lot shorter than the one I played last Sunday. But, nonetheless, enjoy. Alone on a Friday night. I'm spending it here. My fingers were sluggish as they typed out the last bit of conclusion needed to finish off my paper. I didn't even bother spell checking the rest, my hands dragging the cursor across the closed document. Alright, time to submit it. I typed out my regards to Mr. Holtman. Kindly find this attached file of assignment, your student, DonLee. Stifling a yawn, I turned on my phone to check the time. 2:53 a.m. The universal experience of losing sleep and gaining eye bags as a college student came to grace me in its holds once again, it seems. At least, it's the weekend. Turning off the computer, it suddenly hit me how quiet it was without my fingers tapping away at the keyboard. Everyone else had left. The campus was open 24/7, but who else was dumb enough to push their luck in submitting their assignment this late? I consider myself lucky Mr. Holtman gave me the extension deadline, otherwise I'd be screwed. Still. There was also the rumors. Disembodied voices echoing through the empty rooms. Heavy footsteps shuffling down the halls. Those who were lucky claimed to see a black silhouette skulking around the vending machine at the end of the corridor, staring at them. I wasn't the superstitious type, but I had to admit, the eerie silence of being the only person here, it gave me the creeps. I was recalling all the gossip spread around the student body when a sound made me perk up. I glanced behind me over the monitors to see if someone had come in. Nobody. I ignored the goosebumps rising on my arms as I gathered up all my items into my bag. Superstitious or no, I've done what I have come here for. Time to go. I shambled to the elevators and tapped the button. It rumbled to life, slowly making its way up to my floor. Just a couple more minutes, and I'm out of here, I assured myself. I don't know why, but I found myself constantly checking behind me, as if expecting someone there. Yet, it's always empty. Every time I look. I tapped the button some more. The hairs at the back of my neck stood as if I was being watched. I clenched my fists, ignoring how sweaty they felt in my pockets. Is there someone behind me? Ding! I jumped. The door slid open as I released the breath I didn't realize I was holding. I didn't even consider looking back as I stepped inside, refusing to turn around until the doors closed. The chipper background music they played calmed me down somewhat. I'm almost in disbelief they were still playing at this hour. Almost. I pressed a button for ground floor, the elevator moving with a small jolt. With nothing to do but wait, I stared at the number slowly descending. The lull of the elevator was starting to make me sleepy. I thought of the things I could do once I get home, just to distract myself for the rest of the ride. A shower, for sure. I'm sorry, I wasn't done reading that. A shower for sure. Microwave dinner, probably. Maybe something to watch before I drift off to... Huh? I blinked up at the flickering lights. The elevator shuddered and came to an abrupt halt. The music cut out. I tried the button for ground floor, then the rest. Unresponsive. Pushing the intercom button gave me nothing but static. Hello? No, this can't be happening. Taking a moment to compose myself, I called out. Is anyone out there? I'm stuck in here. Hello? Help! I started slamming the door as panic took hold. There had to be someone out there. Help, please, I'm in here. I didn't stop for a good minute, getting more and more desperate as tears welled up in my eyes. Why? Why now? Why me? I knocked my forehead against the door in a slump, ready to curl up and cry. This sucks. I was about to turn before I felt a chill run up my spine. The air felt heavy. Is this claustrophobia sitting in? I didn't think I had a fear of closed spaces, unless there was a raspy moan from behind me. I turned my head and screamed. Across me was a growing blotch of darkness, an oozing mass that seemed to melt through the walls. I scrambled away, my back flat against the door. A hand emerged from the writhing form, grasping at the edges. Foul-smelling black ichor dripped from its fingers. Another arm followed suit, clinging to the other side. I couldn't look away. I couldn't find my voice to scream. A face took shape. A pair of hollow eyes and a manic grin with several teeth. It seemed to smile directly at me. I blacked out. Hey, get up. Hey, wake up. Hey. I heard a voice panicked and flustered from above me. Ooh. The spirit's a cutie. A person was looming over me, visibly worried as I blinked back to consciousness. You're alive. I couldn't really check for a pulse, so... Anyway, are you alright? You don't touch me, creep. No, we'll go for the bad ends last. That's my whole thing. We'll go bad ends last. We'll do good ends first, bad ends last. I'm guessing the other two is like a mix of both, depending. I don't know. Oh no, let's go. I think so. Phew, I'm glad. Didn't mean to scare you back there. I realized I was still in the elevator, but now with a stranger twiddling their thumbs in front of me. They were taller than me, looming a few good inches past my head. Their limbs looked even more awkward in the baggy sweater they had. I wasn't sure if they forgot to wash away their makeup or if they just hadn't slept for 3 days straight. So I don't know, man. You probably looking the same as them. Possibly both. I realized they were staring at me as well. Their eyes focused on me a little too long, as if they'd forgotten how to blink. So I suddenly remembered the last thing I saw. That creepy shadow from the wall. But before you were here, there was something crawling out of the walls. I know this sounds insane, but I swear, it looks straight out of a horror movie. The stranger looked nervous. Crap, they think I'm nuts. Don't look at me like that. No, I believe you for sure. You saw it too? Well, sort of. Sorry, I was really trying to be sneaky. That must have been uncomfortable to watch, huh? Come again? What are you saying? Well, I heard you yelling for help and I couldn't just leave you alone, so I did the next best thing I could. Are you saying that was you? Yes, in a way. There's really no easy way to say this. I'm not alive. Not the way you are. Did they mean... You mean like a ghost? The stranger lit up appreciatively. Basically, you must have heard the rumors, right? Well, it's me, in the flesh. Well, sans of flesh. Stick your hand through them. Oh, I missed. Oh, God damn it. I forgot to save a choice. Fuck. Now we'll do... I think all top ones are good. All bottom ones are like rude. So let's just believe them. I feel like this isn't the worst situation to be meeting a ghost for the first time. The stranger gave a sigh of relief. Thank you for trusting me. I'd ask for your name, but I already know that it's DonLee. How did you? I've been watching you for a while. Oh, baby girl. Excuse me? Tonight I've been watching for you a while. Tonight, it's not safe to be alone this late. Oh. The backpedaling. Look, I wouldn't have minded either way. You know, a little bit of watching, I don't mind. I would know. Before I could ask further, they straightened. Anyways, I stuck around to see you write your paper. I don't necessarily agree with your hypothesis, but it's interesting nonetheless. Thanks, I think. They gave a smile. God damn, I have verbal dyslexia, whatever that's called. A shy smile. No problem. This wasn't the way I expected my night to go, but I guess the sooner I accept it, the better. I should probably ask for their name instead of calling them stranger. You know my name. What about yours? Oh. They looked away, fingers picking at their sleeves. I don't remember. I know who I was and what I did when I was alive, but not my name. Strange, isn't it? Have you ever thought of picking one yourself? Their eyes widened as if oh my goodness. Their eyes widened as if their thought never occurred to them. I never needed a name, but if I were to have one, I always liked the way Alma sounds. So stupid! It's perfect. Their smile widened. Thank you, DonLee. Alma went back to twiddling their fingers. We stood in silence for a while, gauging on what to say next. I kept glancing back at their hands, wondering if they feel as solid as they look. They knew I was staring, but seemed to mind, waiting patiently in front of me. My thoughts were running wild from sleep deprivation and shock to actually form words past our introductions, to be honest. They started humming softly, as if to fill the silence. That's when it hit me. For a ghost? They could easily be a student just like me. I have to ask, how did you... Alma had a knowing look in their eyes. Oh man, it's honestly kind of embarrassing. Insist. Despite not having no blood flowing through their veins, their cheeks seemed to darken. We don't have to get into it, but I really want to know, please. They hesitated before nodding. Promise me you won't make fun of me? Promise. Okay, so I was staying late working on assignment, just like you. No one was around. Even back then, I was known as a loner most of the time. It didn't bother me. While I was working, I got thirsty. No big deal. So I headed over to the vending machine for a drink. They paused, hands shaking. They clasped their wrists and twisted before continuing. Just a soda. Not too much to ask, right? I paid for the damn thing, but somehow my hand got stuck in the dispenser. So I pulled and well, they struggled a bit before I waved for them to continue. It fell. I felt my whole body being crushed under the weight. I couldn't even cry out for help. And the whole time my hand was still stuck in that thing. Not that I could even tell. I think my wrist was beyond saving at that point. They sunk into themselves. I died trying to get some cheap soda. How pathetic is that? It's not. I'm sorry it happened to you. I put my hand over theirs. It passes right through, giving an ice-cold chill at my fingertips, but almost seemed to appreciate it nonetheless. They looked up at me, their nervous hands finally coming to a stop. I've never told anyone about it before. I didn't think it would feel this freeing. Thank you. I think you're a really great person. I want to help you get out of here. I tilted my head. How are you going to do that? I can try some things. That is, if you trust me. Trust Alma. Trust Alma. There's two trust Almas. I guess we only have to trust Alma. They clapped their hands excitedly. Okay, here we go. You might want to hold on to something. Before I could ask further, the elevator began to drop. My heart plunged into my throat as my weight shifted upwards. Alma? Hang on, let me focus. The buttons for each floor flashing beside me. I closed my eyes shut and decided to trust them. It felt like a roller coaster heading straight to the ground. The air whizzed around me. I gritted my teeth and clenched my hands, knuckles probably white if I bothered to look. And just like that, it stopped. I yelped as the elevator jolted. I landed on my ass with a smack. I blinked my eyes open to see Alma clapping excitedly. They looked over to me on the floor and gestured towards the door. They creaked open as if manually pulled up by an unseen force. My jaws dropped as I realized they really did bring me to the ground floor. You really did it. I did. I never got to do that before. I couldn't believe my eyes. I stood and threw my arms around Alma, only completely passive at him, of course. They yelped and backed away to the wall. Give a signal before you do that. I don't appreciate feeling hands inside of me. It's gross. Sorry. I gathered myself and stepped through the doors, Alma following suit. Sure enough, the lobby was empty. The clock on the wall indicating it was now close to 4 a.m. now. Well, I guess that is it. I turned to see them trying hard not to reach for their hands, fingers twitching to intertwine with one another. It all happened so fast. It sunk in that now I could leave and go home right now if I wanted to. Alma, thank you. I appreciate it. They nodded understandingly. I stood there for a moment as they looked at me, before averting their eyes. They were waiting for me to leave. I grasped at my phone inside my pocket, mustering the courage to ask what I was about to ask. Would you ever want to hang out again? They did a double take. Huh? Would you like to hang out again? Yes, but why would you want to? Why wouldn't I? I like you. Once again, their cheeks darkened. We got the ultimate Riz. Riz so hard we're rizzing up a ghost. If we can riz up a ghost, you can riz up anybody. It's just like that. I like you too. Yeah, I'd love to hang out again. Great. Preferably when I'm, not stuck and helpless in an elevator. My heart skipped a beat when they laughed lightly. Preferably, of course. I'll see you next week. Yes, don't worry about a time or place. I can always find you wherever you are in the building. Kind of unsettling, but okay. Stay safe, DonLee. I waved and headed towards the entrance, pulling my phone out to call for a driver from one of my apps. When I turned to look back, Alma was already gone. Good end to friends for life. Or more. So that was a good end too. Alright, let's get the bad end. So how do we get the other, maybe back it down? Alright. You don't touch me, creep. Oh, I don't like these. It makes me feel bad. I don't like making bad choices. It makes me feel bad. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Just give me some space, will you? I realized I was still in the elevator, but now with the stranger twin their thumbs in front of me. They were taller than me, looming, good looking. Okay. What kind of sick joke is this? I was just trying to help. There's really no easy way to say this. I'm not alive. Not the way you are. Did they mean? You mean like a ghost? Stranger lit up appreciatively. Basically, must have heard rumors, right? Well, it's me, in the flesh. Stick your hand through them. My hand shot out before I could think twice. Wah! The tips of my fingers instantly felt airy and ice cold, like touching something solid, yet not. The stranger yelped and backed away. Hey, do you just go around sticking fingers into people you just met? Sorry, I thought you were messing with me. The stranger was having none of it. Ugh, why do I even bother? If you sit tight and don't do anything stupid, they'll come find you in the morning. They shift into a familiar black shapeless entity, melting into a puddle and disappearing through the floor, exactly the same way they had entered. I found myself alone for the next 7 hours. The workers found me half dozing in the corner the next morning. I stayed late most nights on campus to see if the stranger would show up, but it seems they're ignoring me on purpose. I never saw them again. Bad end 1, rude awakening. Alright, so we got good end 2, bad end 1. So, hold on. Yeah. So we have 2 endings left. So let's do good end 2. So I think so. Are saying that was you. Believe them. Nobody asked for your opinion. Oh, sorry. That's one of the way I explain my night to go. It sounds stupid. Sounds perfect. Back down instead. I guess I don't have to tell you then. That's alright. I heard a sigh, moved to sit down, leaning against the doors, almost looked on curiously. What are you doing? I shrugged and took out my phone to look at the time-wasting app. In no time, I had one of my mindless games open. Might as well settle in and spend the next few hours trying to beat my high score. Not much I can do right now. Got some battery to last a couple hours. I pat a spot next to me. You want to watch? Almost stood for a moment as if unsure. Come on, plenty of room for both. Just watch your legs, Linky. They settled in beside me, sitting crisscross applesauce, and leaned over to look at my phone. My shoulder immediately chilled at their close approximation, but it didn't bother bringing it up. We chatted amicably as my fingers tapped away at my screen, almost getting more invested the higher my numbers got. But otherwise, it was peaceful company. A few hours passed. I must have dozed off at some point, as the next thing I knew, there was some whirling behind me that woke me up with a jolt. Voices began to call out. I turned to see some workers prying the door open for me. It took no time for me to step outside when their work was done. The sunlight shining over me made it feel like everything that happened last night was a dream. I turned on my phone to look at the time. Instead, I saw an unsent message typed out on the screen. Be safe. Careful about staying late next time. I blinked and looked around. A cold chill went up my arm. I almost turned to expect Alma, but saw nothing. Next time? I put my phone away and rubbed my bleary eyes, mentally making a note to stay back at the campus more frequently from now on. Good end one. Till next time. Alright. So, alright, let's be nice and halfway through. I think so. Oops. What type of sick joke? Believe them. Nobody asks. Perfect balance. It's perfect. Insist. Then laugh at them. There we go. Okay. Why are you so mean to me? The lights dimmed, a fuzzy static rising in the air. A heavy weight settled on my chest and almost stared me down. Their height only made me shrink further. I've done nothing but be nice to you. All I wanted to do was help, and yet everything went dark. Oh, those eyes were creepy. I stepped back. A rasping noise came from in front of me. Sounds disgusting and bone snapping. My back hit the wall. It was cold. Colder than anything I've ever felt. It hurts to breathe as I waited in the dark for something to happen. Hello? The emergency lights turned on. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Alma no longer looked human. Multiple eyes writhing across their form. Tiny slits with red pupils. Judging me. This reminds me of fucking Doki Doki. What the fuck? Mouths cackled and taunted, whispering, "You deserve this. You deserve this. You deserve this." Wait. My feet buckled as the elevator began to drop, free falling as gravity's pull took over. The buttons began to light up one by one as we fell by each floor, faster and faster as it gained speed. The scraping of metal was loud in my ears. I dropped to my knees, begging for it to stop. And stop it did. Splat. Bad end 2. You deserved it. Okay, so a quick little visual novel. 4 endings. We got all 4 of them. Let me know what your favorite ending was in the comments below. And also, if you want to just be more casual, see more see more of my casual tweets, more of my personal thoughts and such, go ahead and follow me on my Twitter. But I'm definitely going with good end number 2. That's my canon. You know, Rizzed Up a goes. She can follow you wherever you want, show up whenever she wants. Friends to more? Yes, please. That's my ending. But that bad end 2, holy, that was good in a whole other sense. It reminds me so much of Doki Doki Literature Club. The eyes, the unsettling imagery, holy shit. And if you're around for a while, you actually remember that Doki Doki actually inspired one of my backdrops that I'm sure you've seen before. I'm pretty sure it's still up. Maybe it's not. Let me check. Let me go to my channel, view channel. Nope, that's the old one. But yeah, that was Lift Your Spirits. If you like this, go ahead and drop a like. Help my videos get into the YouTube algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, just go ahead, click subscribe. It's free. It costs nothing. And you'll be getting more content like this every single week. So, without further ado, I hope you all have the great rest of your night. And remember, I am your salvation.